Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is October the 6th, 2023, and today the topic is Look What the Lord Has Done. Happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine, y'all. Yes, mine was just fine. If I do a couple of highlights from yesterday, those of y'all that follow me on social media, you already know. But work at the church was kind of interesting. I feel like I got done with my tasks rather quickly, and then uh, afterwards, I went and chit chatted with the pastor a little bit. But before I did that, um, I ended up getting a flag. They had this flag there, I think, for the students ministry and whatnot. And I got the flag, and I was like reminiscing on my high school days because my senior year I ended up getting in the color guard, and so I was doing some moves with the flag. And so those that follow me on social media, you guys may have saw that yesterday, just reminiscing. I know at some point when I got home and I was showing NJ, I ended up getting a broom and showing him. He was like, "Wow." He just seemed to be very amazed by things that I could remember to do. So that was a nice little thing to, just remember and I guess be nostalgic about yesterday and whatnot. And yesterday I also got the great news that I think most of you all, if you guys, again, if you follow me on social media, then you may have already gotten a little bit of a sneak peek. But it became official yesterday. And well, the promotion of it became official yesterday, and then when I looked up when I woke up this morning, it was official. And that is, friends, that oh Lord, I mean, well, this has a lot to do with actually the topic for today, because on one hand I was kind of hesitant to release this information just because you know how, again, you have certain things in your mind about what you want to do and how you want to do it and things of that nature. But I think what I'm really learning over and over and over again is to just follow God, listen to God, do what he want me to do, how he want me to do it. And because of the way things were put in place, and because things had already kind of been released yesterday and everything like that, I think, and because the Lord gave me a word, he gave me a word after I decided to go ahead and go forth with what I felt like he was leading me to do. Um, but yeah, okay. So let me tell y'all how I came to this topic, and then I'll let y'all know the information. Okay. So this morning, the Lord woke me up around 1:48, and I ended up looking that up, and and I got up at that time as well. So I went ahead and got up, and I ended up looking that up, and it led me to Luke 1:48, and it says, "For he hath regarded the low estate of his handmaiden. For behold, from henceforth all generations shall call me blessed." And I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good." I'm just thinking like, "Oh, that sounds good." But then I got reminded of the notification that I received yesterday that I've hinted to you guys about. Again, those that already follow me, y'all already know, but for the first time here on the GSL platform, I will announce that your girl um, is now officially a movie producer. Yes, y'all. The movie that we shared with you guys, how long ago was that? Maybe like 3 years ago, or two at the I don't know, between 2 or 3 years ago. I told you about a movie that me and my brother from another mother was working on, and it's called The Cast. Um, Originally, it wasn't a movie. Originally, um, it was going to be a web series. And originally, you guys can go and look at my, there's a playlist dedicated to it on my Actress Miracle Sims YouTube. We explain all the information, but I just kind of want to put some context here. Um, so, long story short, I feel like it's important for me to tell my testimony. So, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. So, back in 2012, I was transitioning back to Georgia. It was, again, the last thing I wanted to do. I think I tell you guys all the time, I was going through the cultivation period, all the different type of stuff at that time. And the Lord was leading me back here to Georgia, and I didn't understand why. I came back kicking and screaming mentally and spiritually, and things like that. But one thing that I did do coming back was to um, focus on entrepreneurship. So that was one thing that I branched out to do. So shout out to my mom for, being a catalyst for that and encouraging me to do that. So I started my entrepreneur journey then. And ultimately I ended up, meeting some people, doing some shows here in the area. A lot of things was happening around that time. And eventually this idea for the cast came into my heart and mind. And so I ended up writing it. And so again, this is back in 2012. By the time I wrote it, I had it I had hand chosen several actors to be in it. And I had talked to them about it, and and was kind of writing roles centered around the people that I had in my mind and things of that nature. Well, maybe what, like a year later, I started working on trying to get the cast together. And I'm trying to make the long story short, y'all, but again, I feel like all of this is important. So let me just go ahead and share. Again, this is me sharing the testimony, y'all. I hope that you guys can be encouraged and inspired by it. But yeah, I had tried to pull the cast together. I had a meet and greet. And at that time, it was the only people that showed up was me, my ex-boyfriend, my brother from another mother, Kelvin, and another gentleman showed up as well. But out of the 10-person cast, probably more than 10 people, but out of the 10-person cast, only the 4 of us had showed up. And then years or so later, I was trying to get some things together as well beyond that. And then the filmmaker that I had, secured at that time had backed out. And so basically there's a lot of things. My life has been like this. I don't know. Y'all see me in a winning season today, and I thank God for it. I'm truly, truly thankful that I can sit here and be telling you guys about Abundance 2023 and all these amazing things that God is doing with me, for me, and through me today, right? But there was a time that I didn't necessarily feel, I guess, as blessed, right? I didn't feel as I don't know, like I felt like I was hidden for a lot of reasons. Like there's a lot of reasons I felt that way, but because it seemed like I would only go so far when it came to performing and all these things. And I'm like, Lord, why? It seems like I'm trying my best to do all I can to get to the next level, and it's like I keep staying at the same place, and then ultimately, again, someone told me years ago, before I came back here, they told me years ago, create your own work. And I kind of brushed it to the side. I was like, okay, but I'm trying to be in, I'm trying to be in movies. I'm trying to be in shows. I'm trying to be in, theater and all this type of stuff. I'm trying to be in other people's things. But then I did start to notice that a lot of the things that I was cast in were things that people wrote and created. And I felt like God was pushing me in this direction. And I saw it, but at the same time, I think I was fighting it. I was fighting it and everything like that. So again, there's so much to share in regards to my testimony in full when it comes to this. But what I want you guys to know overall is that I felt like the underdog, and I felt like I was hidden, and I didn't know why. I didn't understand. And but everything makes way more sense today. It makes way more sense today. But back when I was going through, feeling like I was in a low point, and feeling like, man, nothing is working out. I just told y'all, had a cast fell through, had a filmmakers fell through. I know a variety of filmmakers, and no shade against y'all or whatever the case may be, but me and Kelvin filmed this ourselves. Okay, so let's just put that on the table. I know a variety of actors, but as you guys can see, me and Kelvin played every role in this film. I hope all of this can encourage and inspire the next person, that sometimes you got to just listen to God And sometimes you got to just step out on faith, even if it seems crazy, even if it seems like none of this makes sense. Like if I was to sit here and tell y'all, yes, y'all just go and play every character in your movie, like that would sound crazy to people, but we did it. And honestly, Kelvin was one that came, like the Lord told Kelvin that because I still had in my mind to do it the way I envisioned, but the Lord spoke to Kelvin, and he and through Kelvin spoke to me about us doing it, and here we are today. With this is Kelvin's, from my understanding, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, but from my understanding, this is his first film. So congratulations to my brother Kelvin for that. You guys can go check him out. I am Kelvin Carter, or I am Carter Kelvin on Instagram and whatnot. He's really stepping out into, acting and whatnot, and I'm super proud of him. I think he's did an amazing job in this film. When I wasn't directing, he was directing, and when he was acting, I was directing. And he played just as many characters as I played. He put just as much effort into this as I did. And I'm just greatly appreciative to him, because I mean, maybe I probably could have did this all by myself, but I mean, I just like, I could have played all the men role too, maybe, but I feel like I wouldn't even considered it, honestly. Like I probably wouldn't even considered it. So if he was not in the picture, y'all would not be seeing these fruits that you all see today. So thank you, Kelvin. Thank you for listening to God, encouraging me, being there with me, believing in me and this project, and lending your talents, lending your gifts. He's an amazingly talented actor. I know he likes to say, "Oh, I'm just starting, sister. You've been doing it for blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, whatever, man. Like, listen, I've known you. I've known the guy since, when did we meet? Like, I'll give it 2011. I'll say that but it might have been 2010, but whenever it was that we met, and stuff. And we that's my brother, man. That's my brother. I call him my other half in film. Like, I truly appreciate him, man. I'm gonna try not to cry as I share this testimony with y'all. But I mean, it's just amazing what God has done. He's put people in my life, like Kelvin, to not only encourage and inspire me, but to be there. Obviously Kelvin is much more than an actor friend to me. He's, again, he's a brother, confidant. Like he's my financial advisor. Like, he's a lot of things to me. But yeah, greatly, greatly appreciative of him. So with all that being said, y'all may be like, this is supposed to be the juice. You're supposed to be talking about Bible. How does this go with Bible? Well, again, what I'm hoping that it does is that it encourages and inspires the next person. Because again, you may not fully understand the vision that God has for you. Again, like back in 2011 or whenever it was, back in the cultivation period when I was struggling and trying to figure all this out and stuff, I was seeing visions of me doing the things I'm doing today, author, movies, these different things, but I was just so focused on doing it, quote unquote, my way, or thinking that I had to do it a certain way, that it held me back, and everything like that. And so sometimes it's you, friend. This is the juice today. You might not like it, it might be pulp, but sometimes you're holding yourself back. God may have given you the vision already, and we may be holding ourselves back, thinking that we need to do it a certain way, or thinking that we need to do it our way, when we should be doing things God's way. So yeah. What else can I tell you guys about the testimony? Well, there's so many different things that has happened throughout the attempting to make it. I told you guys about the beginning. Again, had a cast fell through. Had a filmmaker fell through. I know a variety of other cast and filmmakers, but none of it panned out. Tried to start a group of people to no, wait, that was afterwards though. Me and Kelvin had already filmed at that point, I think. But yeah, I definitely tried to get a group of people together to work on everybody work on each other's projects. That fell through. A couple of years ago, we told y'all the movie was coming out because we had secured an editor. and we're so grateful for him and everything like that. But unfortunately, that too fell through. So earlier this year, I didn't see this movie being done. I was kind of done with it mentally. I was just like, whatever. I'm like, I wash my hands of the movie. I got other ideas. So this idea was just kind of like, what's the point of it, But lo and behold, again, the Lord does what he want to do the way he want to do it. And so I want to give a shout out to the individuals that did help us to create and finish this film. There's a gentleman named Sandaru Gemhara. I may not be even saying his name right. Sandaru Gemhana. Either way you said, the gentleman is in Sri Lanka. I might not even be saying that right. Sri Lanka or Sri Lanka. This is the gentleman that edited our film. It didn't take him years to edit it. He was very accommodating. He was very grateful. He was very, I truly, truly appreciate the gentleman. If not for him, we wouldn't have had the film. So thank you. Thank you, Sadaru. Thank you to Lucas. He's the gentleman that edited the trailer, the new trailer that we have. He's in Romania. I tell y'all all the time, I got an international dream team. Shout out to Fiverr, because I met a lot of these people through Fiverr. But the crazy thing to me is that these people, they've never met me, outside of seeing my work. We haven't had no conversations. And they've been able to help bring things to life that I couldn't get people in my own hometown to do. And it's funny now, but I mean, it could be for a reason as well, right? Here's, I guess, some fruit or some juice with this pulp, because that might be pulp, but here's some juice with it. Like, again, just like you think you need to do it some way, you think you're going to have certain people. And sometimes God removes people and brings other people in. And you got to be okay with that. Just go with the flow. That's what I'm learning about this whole thing. Go with God's flow. If he takes some people out, then let it be. If he brings people in, let that be. Who knew that I would know somebody in Sri Lanka? You know what I'm saying? Who knew that I would know somebody in Romania right now? But they know of me. They help me. They help bring this thing to life. And they're the reason you guys are seeing the things that you guys are seeing from us. So to God be the glory. I mean, again, that would have been something that either I would have had to try to figure out doing myself, or perhaps me and Kelvin probably would have tried to figure out doing. But to God be the glory for being able to outsource and reach. I would say, again, this makes the whole situation international, because hopefully this testimony goes forth. You know what I mean? Like, and because I give all glory and honor to the Lord at the end of the day. Like, yeah, y'all are seeing me, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, okay, I may be all the titles, and I know Kelvin, I feel like Kelvin and my husband both have been like saying stuff lately about that. And I'm like, I don't even see it that way. I think I just see it like, I don't know, just wanted to use my gifts and get things done. Like, so yeah, okay, it might have forced me to be like, okay, now, so now you're a producer, now you're a writer, now you're you're a director, now you're and all that's good and great. I'm just glad to finally see the thing come to fruition. I'm just glad to see, again, the visions of things that God has given me come to life. And so I'm just thankful. I'm thankful. I can't go without thanking my brother in Pakistan, Sammy. He's the first individual overseas that I ended up working with since I started GSL. And he's the one that created the images that you guys see. I'll show you all in a moment. But I got to shout out Sammy, because he, not only does he do things for me, he do work for my mom, and he also edits the GSL talk show. And so for him to take the time to make the images and whatnot as well, it's greatly, greatly appreciated. So again, like, sometimes your dream team, I guess I'm here to tell you, your dream team might be just like mine was, international friends. So, hey, I know the Bible verses say, hey, the prophet isn't something about the prophet in their hometown. Like, sometimes you probably got to expand your horizons to go and reach where God wants you to go and reach. And so I didn't know back in 2012 when I wrote this film that, people in other countries was going to be helping see it to fruition. But to God be the glory for each and every one of them. And yeah. So let me keep sharing the testimony with you guys. So well, actually, I feel led to share my another verse that I wrote down this morning that I hope again will encourage and inspire you all. Again, especially if you ever felt like you were in a low place, or you ever felt like, man, I'm the underdog. Seems like I don't ever win. Seems like things don't never open up for me. Seems like I've been in that place, y'all, and it don't feel good. You know, it do not feel good to be in that place. So I mean, yeah, y'all see me celebrating and stuff now, but I'm just trying to be honest with you guys about back then, because yeah. Anyway, so here's the verse. It's James 1:12. It says, blessed is the man who remains steadfast under trial. For when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life, which God has promised to those who love him. Man, that's a word all by itself, y'all. Like, sometimes again, you're gonna be facing all types of trials and things like that. Like, even up until the very end, we were still getting attacks, y'all. Y'all may never fully understand, but like, we finally had everything that we knew that we needed to distribute, for example. And we went to some of the major platforms, and they have yet to approve us. But I want to give a shout out now to Tivit TV, because they are the first platform to put us out or have us distributed. So thank you, Tivit TV. It's TIVID.TV. So yeah, our movie is there if you guys want to go straight to them, but you guys can go to thecastmovie.com as well. But I want to shout them out because you know, they gave us this chance, right, to go ahead and be out today versus waiting another year or so. You know, yeah, we're still working to get on the other platforms too, but after the Lord had put in my heart to go ahead and share with you guys, or put the project out, because again, once we got the notification yesterday that the movie was coming out and being secured today, Kelvin and I was trying to decide, you know, if we wanted to tell y'all today, or if we wanted to wait. Because yeah, I wanted to have a party. I wanted to do it big. I wanted to celebrate my brother and give him some gifts and all this phenomenal stuff that I wanted to do. But once the Lord woke me up this morning with that first verse that I read you guys, Luke 1:48, and then when I looked at the website or Tivit.tv, and I saw that we were live, the Lord just pretty much put in my heart and mind to just go forth. And so after I decided, I put it up on Facebook and I said, hey, y'all, the movie's out. And I made sure our website was up to date and things like that with the information. But afterwards, I felt like God was like, it felt a slight familiarity with the idea of not holding the testimony of what God has done. Because, you know, well, obviously whoever's listening to my voice today is for you, and you need it. So that's, I guess, one reason. But two, it's like, again, I just told you guys that this whole thing was 11 years in the making, and it's truly a blessing to see it where it is today. And I know a lot of y'all have been waiting on, like, our family and friends have been waiting on it for like as long as we've been talking about it or filmed it or whatever the case may be. But it wasn't just go ahead and getting it out and letting y'all know. It was more so about, like, again, being clear about where this blessing came from. And I give all glory and honor to the Lord, because he the one saw it through. Like, he's the one that kept it going. I was done with it earlier this year when we went through what we went through with the previous person. I had washed my hands of it, and the Lord still, you know, brought it to fruition. Before this year is even up, it's in October. October, I guess, is an amazing month for me because both my husband, my son, and now this movie has been birthed. And technically my first movie, in regards to my first movie that I've produced, directed, written, acted, and all that type of stuff. So to God be the glory, y'all. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna face trials. And it might be even be to the last little second. You're gonna face trials and tribulations, especially when you're on the path, on the right path. But don't get discouraged. Don't give up. Trust God. Keep going. And prayerfully, you guys can be, I guess, where I'm sitting here today. I think I'm still processing it. Like I haven't become emotional about it yet or anything. I think my mind has just been focused on like the logistics part of it and whatnot. Because I have been up ever since 1:48 when the Lord woke me up. I've been up ever since then, just making sure everything was together. And then I ended up, doing everything I already told you all about. So I think part of me is still kind of processing. And like I said, yeah, I wanted to do a screening party and stuff, but I don't know if we're going to do any of that. We'll see. I'll let y'all know if we decide to do something, but if not, if you want to support in any aspect, just go and check out the movie. You can either rent it or buy it. But regardless of that, y'all, I share all this to say that I totally understand how it feels to be in low points, but understand that I guess things are seasonal. So you don't feel like if you are at a low point right now, understand that you guys can't come out on top. You can come out winning. You can come out, but you got to be putting your faith and trust in the Lord. Like, that's the way. Like, I know that seemed like, oh, that's cliche. You just saying that. But I'm trying to be honest with y'all. Like, that's the only reason y'all are seeing the stuff y'all seeing today from me is because I've been doing my best to put my faith and trust in God and move the way he wants me to move and do what he wants me to do and say what he wants me to say. That's it. Like, there's nothing like, yeah, okay, I'm working on this and that. I tell y'all that type of stuff all the time. Sure, I'm putting in some works. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, God is blessing it. God is seeing it come through. Like, I didn't know nothing about TV until maybe like last week. And I started the process of doing my application. Next thing I know, they emailed me like, hey, and stuff like that. And so, what I'm saying to y'all is we got to start paying attention to the things that God is putting in front of us, the things he wants us to do, and things of that nature. Like, if you start to truly pay attention, then you'll start to see the open doors and windows of opportunity that he's placing in front of you. Because a lot of times when we're down and we're beating ourselves up and we're missing all the things because our head is down. That could be the thing, y'all. Your head is down. And so you're missing all the blessings and opportunity because you want to sit here and stay in the sunken place. At the end of the day, God has not made us to be in the sunken place. At the end of the day, he says we are blessed and highly favored, and things of that nature. Beautifully and wonderfully made. All the beautiful things that he speaks over us in our life, you have to start walking in it, believing it, and work accordingly. Like, something keeps doubling down on me to remind y'all, I gave up on this film earlier this year. I was done with this film earlier this year. I washed my hands of it. I was like, I hate for all the footage to just go kaput, but I'm tired of this film. It's been 11 years. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired. Like, there's so many other ideas that I got that I'm just like, I'd rather work on something else than to keep dwelling on trying to get this particular thing done. Like, and then lo and behold, shout out to my sister and my friend that I guess they kept seeing things out there on places like Tubi and stuff where they like kept speaking the words this year. And I think even when I found the editor that finally did edit the film, I think I was looking for something else when I found him. And I was looking to get something else done. And then just happened it crossed my mind again about getting this film done. And I'm talking about less than 30 days he had us done. Like, yeah, of course we had to tweak some things, whatever the case may be. But the fact that, again, after 11 years for somebody to, be professional enough to get it done for us in a timely manner, to God be the glory. So again, your blessings can be in unexpected places, y'all. It can be international and things of that nature. just be open to what God wants to do with you, for you, and through you. And I guess, y'all, that's the juice. That's the juice this morning. The Bible verse of today is Philippians 2:5. It says, "Let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus." I felt led to kind of go deeper about that Bible verse of today. If you guys keep going, you'll see that the mind that was in Christ was that he was not equal to God, even though he was God in the flesh. He didn't see himself as equal to God, and so that's why, again, I have to give all glory and honor to the Lord. At the end of the day, like, yeah, y'all can, thank you for those that are celebrating us right now, and y'all like, oh, Miracle and Kelvin, whatever the case may be. To God be the glory, right? Thank you for seeing us like that. But what I'm saying is, I give all glory and honor to the Lord, because Miracle, without the Lord, this project would not have seen the light of day. And that's just the truth. So that's the juice, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you guys are encouraged and inspired. Go forth and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Today is Friday, so we have a new episode of the GSL Talk Show coming out tonight at 7 p.m. It's going to be with Miss Laurencia Glasgow Mahone. So I hope that you guys check out that episode tonight as well. Again, if you guys want to support, I put in the Go Deeper section. Y'all don't have to feel forced to do it or whatever. But if you guys want to go deeper and check out the movie, I did put that information in the Go Deeper section. You guys just go to thegasmovie.com. Again, you guys can rent it for either $1.99 or buy it for $9.99. But not just to support us. I hope that if you watch the film, especially if you listen to this, if you end up deciding to watch the film, I want you to just be encouraged and inspired by everything God did with it. You know what I mean? Like, be encouraged and inspired. The fact that it took so long to get it completed. The fact that two people stepped out on, oh, Lord, wait a minute. Didn't he send them out 2 by 2? Don't his word say, if 2 or more gather in my name? I'm finna go, y'all. I'm finna fall out. All right. But yeah, 2 people, decided to come together and get it done, and so just be encouraged and inspired by every aspect of it, y'all. That's what it is at the end of the day. If you decide to watch it, even if you decide to watch the trailer or whatever the case may be encouraged and inspired by that. Like I said, that's the juice, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all have a great, great Friday, and I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Like I said, I can go on and on and on and on about what the Lord has done. I definitely have to shout out my husband as well, y'all. Sorry, I know my podcast people didn't get it, but I definitely got to shout out my husband, because he obviously was there along the way of this whole thing, cheer me on, encouraging, things of that nature. And so, yeah, man, to God be the glory. So let me show y'all some stuff, man. Those that watch the juice, y'all get a little bit of extra, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of extra juice, little information. I want to show you guys some things. So, like I said, the movie is now on Tivid TV. You guys can see us. You can go there. Actually, if you just go, the best place I think to go is just go to thecastmovie.com. If you go to thecastmovie.com, then you'll see that towards the bottom, and you should be able to watch the trailer and watch the film and things of that nature. Just to reiterate, I've been saying it over and over again, but this will give you guys a little sneak peek at what I mean. Shout out to my brother, again, Kelvin Carter, because like I said, we both played. How many roles did we both play? I think we both played, well, according to this image here. So every person that you see on this is either me or Kelvin. I play all the women. He played all the men. I think all of his men ain't even on here. So I think he did 1, 2, 3, 4. I think both of us did 5 characters. So I did 5 and he did 5. So yeah, to God be the glory, y'all. Yeah, man. There's so much to say. Like I said, there's so many different things to share about it, but I think I shared at least what I was supposed to share. Again, there's a whole playlist that's dedicated to it on my Actress Miracle Sims YouTube. We did a lot of sharing about things we had gone through and stuff like that. And we did a little Q&A thing and whatnot as well in the past. Again, I gave you guys the information to who actually edited it. So the information that's in the previous videos are no longer valid in regards to the editing. But we thank the ones that did edit. Again, Sendaru Gahama in Sri Lanka, Lucas, who did the trailer, who's in Romania, and Sammy, who's in Pakistan, who did this image, and also this image that you guys are seeing on the screen. But all right, y'all. Well, y'all have a wonderful day. I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.